Today we will try to understand the thought process of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam through the quotations of Dr. A.P.J. The first quote of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, and the most famous quote is, "One option is that the way our reality is, define our future." For example, today your current reality is at this level. Your parents have achieved this level. So if your future is decided on that basis, then you can think up to this level. Your parents can also think up to this level. You cannot think above that. But if we want our future to be completely different from the present and the past, then for that we need dreams. For that we need imagination. That imagination should make you run. Not that your needs or your compulsions make you run. And what is special about imagination? You have complete control over how far you can think. How far you can imagine. It has nothing to do with your reality. It is possible that you are from such a background, from where your imagination is not matching. And who is the biggest example of this? Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. First he left such a small village and became such a big scientist. And even after that he became the president of this country. He is still an idol for lakhs and crores of students. If he had come from a background which was his reality, if his future was decided on that basis, then he would have never been able to achieve even 1% of what he achieved. But whatever he achieved, he did it on the basis of his dreams. And if you observe his life carefully, then his dream was never that I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. Because this dream makes you a beggar. His dream has always been that I want to do this, I want to do that. Now I have done this, now I want to do that. Now I have done this, now I want to do that. Now I want to contribute like this, now I want to share like this. In fact, a person's real identity is not based on how much he has received. Because if it was based on this, then who gets the most in life? A beggar. He gets all his life. So a person's real identity is not based on how much he has received, but it is based on what he has given. So if you observe his life carefully, then you will notice one thing. That he has only given. He has lived a very simple life. If you observe his life, it is a very simple life, a down-to-earth life. And there has been only one mission of his life. That how can I contribute to this? How can I inspire the coming generation? How can I ignite the spark that every child has? This has been his life's mission. How was such a life possible? On the basis of dreams. On the basis of imagining the future. As he wanted. In fact, this is the biggest difference between animals and humans. Animals are driven away by their needs. They are driven away by their helplessness. They are driven away by their hunger. But the real meaning of being a human being is that you are not driven away by your needs. But your thoughts are driven away. But your dreams are driven away. But your imagination is driven away. You imagine the future yourself. The future that you want for yourself. And then create that future. That is the power of being human. That is why it is said that you have to dream before your dreams can come true. So I have said this many times in my different sessions. But this is so important that I have to say it again here. More than 90% of people don't fail in life because they think big and can't achieve it. They fail because they think small and can achieve it. That means they don't have dreams. People don't fail because they had big dreams and they couldn't achieve it. People fail because they didn't have any dreams. The depth of this quotation can only be understood by someone who has achieved a big success in life, and someone who has seen big failures. In the same way, what is being said here is, the importance of water can only be understood by someone who has suffered from thirst. The importance of food can only be understood by someone who has seen hunger. Someone who has had 56 meals since childhood. Someone who has had more than what he was hungry for. Is there any value of food for him? But the person who has been hungry for 2 days, even if you give him something dry, what value does it have for him? Only that person knows. In the same way, success can only be understood by someone who has got success with difficulty. Someone whose father did something and reached a certain level, and took the child to a chair and made him sit there. He can never understand what success means. In fact, the same person will be able to enjoy success deeply. And will be able to enjoy it for a longer period of time. Someone who has got that success with difficulty. Someone who has suffered a lot for it. You can say this in a way that. Who can actually enjoy the AC. Someone who has felt the heat. Someone who has experienced the heat. I remember one thing from my childhood. When I was around 8 to 10 years old, we had fans in our house. We had a relative who had an AC in his house. At that time, AC was very rare in houses. Today it has become common. I remember that exact feeling when I used to go to his house. The AC room. As soon as he used to open the door, and the air used to fall, he used to sit inside for a while. I know what kind of feeling I used to get. That was like heaven on earth. When you look at it, there is an AC. Has this feeling ever happened to a child who was born in an AC? So don't be afraid of difficulties. Don't consider difficulties as your enemy. Difficulties are actually your friend. Because the more you have seen the right difficulties, the more failures you have seen, the more you will enjoy. When you will get success. It is very easy to defeat someone. How to defeat? Either physically or verbally. To break someone. To defeat means to break. It is very easy. And to win means to unite. To unite with yourself. It is very difficult. It is very hard to win someone. How to win? To win his heart. To win him. To make him your friend. To make him yours. To unite with yourself. It is very difficult. Because for that you need a quality. Which is very rare in people. What is that quality? It is patience. You need a lot of patience. For example, you have a plant in your house. How easy is it to break it? You pick it up and throw it away. But how difficult is it to grow it? You have to water it every day. You have to take care of it. If there are no insects, you have to fertilize it. You have to give it proper sunlight. Neither more nor less. How much effort is there? How difficult is it to take care of that plant? In the same way, just like you have to maintain a plant, you have to maintain such relations. To end any relation is very easy. But to understand its point of view, is very difficult. The interesting thing is, our entire education system, it is all about defeating someone, not winning someone. There is no talk of that. Whenever someone says that I have topped, what does it mean? That I have left everyone behind. Look, I have won a gold medal. Why? Because I have come first in the race. What does it mean? I have defeated everyone else. So our training from childhood, our conditioning, the kind of atmosphere that is there everywhere, the kind of education system that we have, the kind of conversations that happen at home, the kind of comparisons that happen. Even brothers and sisters are not allowed. They make each other fight. Look, your sister is so good in studies. You have gone through so much. You are so useless. So what is being done? Competition is being done. And trying to leave each other behind. All around. It is being thought about defeating someone. So this is running in our veins. What is needed to break someone? That is running in our veins. So the question is, to connect with someone. To connect with someone and to connect with someone. To make someone yours. What qualities should we have? We have to understand that and develop that. The biggest quality in that should be patience. The second should be a caring attitude. Not that you become selfish. You are thinking about yourself. You have to care for the other person. You have to care for the other person's feelings. If we look at it in another way. On one hand, when you defeat someone, you have an enemy for the rest of your life. Because now he will look for a chance to defeat you. And if not today, then tomorrow he will defeat you. He will defeat you in any way. So what did you get by defeating someone? And you get a small victory. But for the rest of your life, you get an enemy. On the other hand, if we make someone our own, then even if we lose for some reason on a temporary basis, because of some reason, then that loss is very small compared to what we have actually got. What have we got? We have got a friend for the rest of our lives. And if a friend is actually a friend, not the one who is just for the sake of being. If friendship is a real friendship, then its value cannot be measured in money, or you can say that it has no value at all. Look, try to understand what happened is that whenever you defeat someone, then remember you feel that you have defeated that one person, so I have only one enemy. Oh, you don't have one enemy, all his friends have become your enemies. So now you don't have one enemy. If this person has 1,000 friends, then now you have 1,000 enemies. On the other hand, if you have made someone your own or you have made a friend, then don't think that you have made one friend. If this person has 1,000 friends, then now you don't have one friend, now you have 1,000 enemies. You can also say this in another way. That the one who has a habit of defeating others, then the whole world becomes his friend. And on the other hand, the one who has a habit of defeating others, or the one who has a habit of defeating others, then the whole world is his enemy. If not today, then tomorrow he will understand this. The whole world will be against him. And if someone has this quality, then the whole world will stand with him. And the biggest example in this is that from where this quotation is coming from, i.e. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. If any person is of any religion or any country, everyone respects him. How is this possible? This means that he has won everyone's heart. He has made everyone his own. Now those of you who are watching me in the video, I will strongly recommend you that there is a biography of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam which is written by Gulzar. By the way, I had recommended it in a previous video. But if you have not listened to it yet, then I strongly recommend you all to go and listen to it once, then you will be able to understand Dr. Kalam better and his vision and mission.